The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
If you're planning on buying or selling a home, the real estate crew's got news for you at the Real Estate House Party.
With attorney Rick Carter,
Real Estate House Party.
paralegal Kathy Holtshouser,
Real Estate House Party. Come in, have fun.
and comedian Tony V. Now, here's real estate attorney Rick Carter.
Welcome and thanks for joining us here on Real Estate House Party. What a learned panel of real estate experts right here.
Yes, we're going to solve all the
We're going
problems.
to solve all the real
This
estate
might be our last show because we might get all the questions
Everything's going to be taken care of today.
And they go, what more is there?
All the unanswered
what else
real
can
estate
we
questions.
know? Right.
Should we expand on unanswered non-real estate questions?
Wait a minute. We're going to go right to business?
No,
All you
no,
guys
no,
usually
no.
do is fool around,
No,
and
we're
I
not.
have
We're not
to
gonna
we
fool
have
around.
we have to introduce
introduce our
guest.
friend.
Okay. I was about to when I talked about our
That's
learned
all right.
panel.
Yeah.
Artie J, how does everyone's hair look on this?
How's my hair look?
I can't
Okay.
even see yours, Rick. yours, I don't know. It looks
A little
kinda
messy?
windblown.
Yeah,
All right, now
it's a
the-
little messy.
Now the important question, Artie J.
It's raining.
Was she wearing the same dress last time?
No,
you
I
were on?
wasn't.
She doesn't like to
No,
wear the same
no, she
thing.
wasn't.
I don't like to repeat
No, she wasn't.
outfits.
You know, we used to have a paralegal that didn't like to repeat. Remember, she had like a little chronicle of all the clothes she
She
wore.
was so useless.
She used to.
She took a picture of her clothes so she would know.
So she would never wear the same thing.
Have you ever heard that saying when someone's full of it?
Yeah.
She was full of it. Now she's wearing orange and
She's
she doesn't
wearing
have to worry
orange.
about it.
She's in jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
we
that's-
talked about
I've
it.
seen her
Yeah.
on the side of the road.
Yeah,
Yeah, picking up
Picking up
trash.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. So she actually
She
might.
ran afoul of the law. It
There
would
is such a
seem.
thing as karma.
I hope so.
There is, Tony.
I hope so.
You just gotta hang in
I
there.
got a list.
Yeah, so
I
do
got
I.
a list that karma should kick right in the ass.
None of us on this panel. are
No,
on this,
no,
right?
no,
not
no,
so
no.
far.
Okay.
Couple of you right on the edge, but
Woo.
we're all good. I like to keep people guessing.
So we'll be on our best behavior.
He said a couple people. It looks
Couple.
like it sounds
That's
like
2
the
out of 3.
majority.
Go
Yeah,
ahead. You
majority
figure
of
it
us.
out. Yeah.
I know. So speaking of the girl in the orange jumpsuit,
Yeah.
we figured we'd talk about some
Yeah.
people behaving badly. We haven't talked about people behaving badly.
That's
with
our
our-
favorite subject
our
because we
industry.
see it every day,
Right.
all
I
day.
come here to get away from that. Pretty much.
You must have people behaving bad. All right, should we tell?
All the time.
Artie J is actually, I don't know if people know this,
Probably not.
pharmacist?
He's a drug
Yes.
dealer.
The pharmacist and one of his one of
He
his
He wears a lot of hats. He wears a lot of
I-
hats.
I was working at the Malden store. That's pretty diverse.
Which store? The
Strange
Stop
people.
and
Super
Shop?
Stop and Shop?
Yeah, Super Stop and Shop.
Super Stop and Shop.
Malden, Mass.
Well, you get moved around a lot.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in
No,
the,
that's what he does. He does the filling. He
he's
doesn't
a
have
floater.
a permit.
Oh, yeah, the
floater.
floater.
Yeah. Yes.
Pharmacist protection program.
I'd like to be a floater, a Carter office floater.
Oh, okay, Tony. She doesn't float.
No.
No.
I am so not touching
What does that mean?
I am so not
She's
touching
shackled to
floating.
her chair. She does not float. Right, exactly.
I'm going to float down to the Aruba office that you guys
Yeah,
concocted
well,
the other night.
The real estate palapa.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna
Tony V's
institute-
real estate palapa.
Tony V's real estate palapa.
Nice.
I
Wait
like
till,
it.
wait till our friend Mike Clark hears about this.
Ah, geez, don't get me
don't
started, please. Please, I'm just getting out of the doghouse.
No, you're not.
And I'm about to go back in because I'm going back in July.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Good for you.
We'll mention that sometime at the
The only thing that
podcast.
could be worse is if you took a part away from somebody.
What, his brother? Is that what you're saying? All right.
Hey,
Speaking of which,
oh.
you can see me in I Feel Pretty and the movie's Chappaquiddick and I Feel Pretty.
I can't wait.
Yeah, they're out. They're out currently.
Yeah.
Those movies you're in, or just how you feel?
I always feel
feel
pretty.
pretty?
I always feel pretty.
I was
no, I
the
can't wait to
clarinet
see
player.
you.
I was the clarinet player in The Godfather Part 2. The beginning there. And I was playing a
You weren't brought out.
Yeah,
You weren't brought out in the boat
And
at
then
all,
it
were
turned,
you?
yeah.
No.
And then
No.
turned into Pop Goes the Weasel.
Yeah.
Dun,
I
dun,
still get a
As
check.
it usually
I
does
still
with
get
your
checks
events.
For that.
What do you
Yeah,
get?
yeah.
Like, what? How much do you get? Like Tony's the penny?
$11.87.
$11.87.
Every 4 months. Yeah.
Oh.
It's better than your Seinfeld episode.
$11.87.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
He's making that up.
Yeah. None of that is true.
Hey, we gotta give a shout out.
We do have to give a shout out to one of our favorite and longtime listeners.
Yeah,
right.
She's a fan.
An original listener.
She is actually original.
Yeah.
When we did the radio show.
Well, she was our only fan as a radio listener.
Now look at the studio audience we have. There's
Packed.
like hundreds and hundreds of people here.
Please keep it down.
Hey, that radio station, which we won't mention the name of, right?
Yeah,
was
it's doing
fired a bunch of
big
people.
They
shakeup.
just fired everybody.
Yeah.
Good thing we
They-
went out on
they-
our own
yeah.
terms. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But who was one of our favorite listeners from way back when?
Sylvia, my mom.
Ah.
Hi, Mom.
Does Sylvia have a last name?
Yeah, Sylvia Carroll.
All right.
Hello,
Yeah.
Sylvia
We love
Carroll.
Sylvia, and she gave strict orders today.
Yeah.
To make
she
her
goes,
laugh.
You know
To make her
that friend?
laugh.
You know that friend of yours, Tony? Can he make me laugh today?
Does she
And
know
I
his
said,
last name?
Yeah, she knows his last
okay.
name.
And
All
a
right.
proud Charlestown resident.
Yeah.
That's right.
Although in
That's
the
right.
Navy Yard, which
Yeah.
we.
Well,
So
she's
they're like the
Yeah.
redheaded stepchild.
she's right.
Of,
She's not a townie
she's not
like
even close
you.
to a town. No,
She's
I'm not a townie.
Oh, you're not?
Do you know this?
You've only been there 30 years.
30
That's
something
why.
years.
And you're
Right.
not a townie?
No.
Right.
About 8 years ago, I got the new resident award from the town father. And I'd been there for 28 years.
Wow.
28 years. And at the time, Mayor Menino goes, "You've been here longer than me. How do you get
And
the
he's
new?"
the mayor.
He's the mayor.
And
right.
you just get a little
Right.
award.
Right. And so I got the new resident award, and I went back and I looked at the statute, and according to the bylaws of Charlestown, anyone that wasn't living there prior to 1898 is considered a new resident.
No.
Okay.
Yes, 1898.
So, in fact, nobody there right now
Is actually
a townie.
a townie.
Okay.
Right, right.
So, Mom, don't
Yeah.
worry. They call
Yeah.
you a toonie, but
Yeah.
you could be a townie.
Yeah. Also found out oldest city, in the nation was incorporated in 1614, Charlestown.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So there's nobody there 121 years old.
No, I don't think so.
In Charlestown?
No.
Did you ever see the movie The Town?
I did see. I'm in that
You're
movie.
kidding me.
Oh, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Another movie you got to go
I'm
see.
I do
remember
the
that.
Vericom
You
crew
were,
chief.
you were the pivotal part of that whole movie.
Without that-
it could have turned either way.
Either way.
Right, until you jumped in there.
I was plot point one.
Right.
Yeah.
What were you in Chappaquiddick? I know we're really off.
Chappaquiddick, I was a
He was-
TV producer.
Oh, I thought you were
Oh, really?
Neptune.
No. Neptune's coming up in a thing called Misfits and
You ever
Monsters.
see his outfit in them too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very sexy.
Where I've been painted blue.
That's right.
Nice.
All blue.
Yeah, all blue.
And how'd they
had my body
how did
waxed.
they, oh, really?
I had my entire
How does that
upper
feel?
body.
How does that
It's
feel?
awful.
Because you're
It's-
rather hairy.
Yes, I'm a very hairy man, and people think it's like a weird thing, like it doesn't really hurt. But
It is a
does-
weird thing.
But
It is a weird thing.
hurts.
Yeah.
Right.
Steve
And-
Carell could tell you that, right? In that,
Yeah, from
Oh,
Virgin.
yeah,
Yeah.
40-year-old virgin, right?
Yeah, and then I understand that women do this routinely
No.
in a very
Delicate area?
That's-
delicate,
I've heard
sensitive,
that. I've heard
sensitive
that.
area.
Like their armpits?
Yeah,
So
no,
yeah.
some armpits and let's
Their
for,
legs.
for
You
the
look so
sake of
serious.
Okay,
podcast.
My mother is listening.
That's why we'll call it the bikini area.
Yes.
Yes. And can I just say this from the part of the population that enjoys that particular area? Stop doing it.
There's no need.
There's no need.
Okay.
No, we know what we're looking for.
All right, what's
And
on-
if
what's
it's
on
in-
your list?
And if it's in there anywhere, we'll find it. We
will.
If I have to bring a Sherpa to hack through some branches, open doors, if there's a combination,
Shovel,
we will.
anything.
You'll
we'll
make
find,
it,
we'll
huh?
find it.
Ed Sullivan's going to mute this whole show.
Stop hurting yourself, ladies. That's all I'm saying.
So that's overrated.
It-
no
way.
need
Okay,
to do it.
don't
I'm
egg
not-
him
oh,
on.
I'm not. I'm just trying to bring it to a conclusion.
He does not need to be egged on.
You think Sill's happy with the show now?
So far, so
just so
good.
good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about people.
Of all the
behave-
bits we could have done.
For my mother, for my 75-year-old mother.
Listen, I didn't walk me into that pit. It was thrown in my lap. Don't blame me.
That was a softball.
Right,
If you didn't hit that,
right.
there would be something wrong with
Right.
you.
You throw a softball on a line drive over a plate, and I'm not supposed to hit it? Come on.
I remember in the radio we used to throw you
Sometimes you-
softballs.
yeah, you'd
but
let
it was
them go
Sometimes
by.
I'm above them.
You know what it is? It was almost too easy. You
Yeah.
almost say, Kathy, Rick, you give the
go
punchlines
ahead,
on those.
'cause
We
you
know
know what's
the-
coming,
You know
right.
that one there. We know of a couple Artie stories,
I
too.
don't know.
All right.
You won't even know. All
Rick,
right.
number one.
Number one.
We're not doing it numeric because we're never going to get through
So
this.
this
all
is
right?
people behaving badly
Well, just
in
everyone.
in real estate transactions
Yeah.
or in
Or-
general?
Yeah.
Well, you guys can
We'll
put
figure it
the in
out.
general.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys
All
figure
right.
it out.
Where do you want to start? The lenders, the brokers, the paralegals, the attorneys, neighbors?
Well,
Wow.
let's start like if someone's going to buy a house, the people have to keep an eye on their valuables,
Oh,
right?
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Open house etiquette, Artie J.
Open house. Oh,
Yes.
you mean when they're selling a house and
Yeah, and
you
they
let
say that there's an
strangers
open-
in?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I know people that go to those just to get things,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
There you
steal
go.
silverware and
jewelry.
medicine
Medicine
from
out of
their
the
medicine
medicine chest.
cabinets.
The neighbors go in and just kind of
The nose around and then
nose
talk
around.
about them behind their backs.
Exactly. So let's give the suggestions to a buyer going to an open house because we are learning buyers. Houses are no longer being critiqued through the open house process. It's more on the web. So
Right.
everyone knows all the information
Right.
about the
Well,
house.
it's the
beforehand.
curb appeal, right?
Right.
The curb
Curb
appeal.
appeal, sure.
They're saying the least amount of information given to a buyer now is the open house.
So there's your answer right there. Anybody who shows up at an open house is a freak. Don't
Is
let
a
'em
suspect.
in.
They
Right,
gotta be
right, that's
suspect.
good. Frisk them on the way in.
Yeah.
Frisk them on the way out. Get a metal detector.
Is this
Yeah.
the part of the show where we start writing down people that
Yeah.
clients will never have?
Right.
Buyers because they're
we've-
freaks?
They're
We've
freaks.
pretty much
Yeah, I
gotten
know,
rid
I
of
know.
everybody
We're
in our
running out.
life in every town.
I think the only
and-
ones we can close for are all the people in the studio audience right here. So thank you everyone for coming today.
And
at-
the one
at
person
the
is
studio-
rolling his eyes. Oh, and Shano.
Shano and that Studio 21 podcast here at Salem, New Hampshire. All right, so etiquette to the buyers coming in. All right, let me give it in a nutshell. A buyer shouldn't act creepy when they come in. How's that?
Well, right.
You know, that's kind of it in general because that buyer is going to be critiqued. There's 100 buyers coming in. There's going to be 10 multiple offer situations.
Right.
That listing agent's going to remember what buyers were a pain in the ass and which ones weren't.
Right.
So,
Yeah, if someone comes in and immediately asks to look at your underwear drawer.
well, that's on our list.
Right.
He sees the word underwear and he's like, where's Rick going with that?
Or a guy comes from upstairs, comes downstairs and goes, "Do you have a plunger?"
There's number 2.
Touche,
There
Artie.
he is. So we legitimately have that on the list.
Do you have the bathroom knife?
Do
Oh,
these
boy.
windows lock from the inside?
Like, if you were sealed in your bedroom, how much air time do you think you'd have?
Number 3, number 4, and 5.
Right. We're just ticking them off.
All right, so there's the first one. Yeah, you might not want to use the bathroom. You might not want to bring food to the event. You might not want to bring kids to the event of the open house. Don't look at me like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't. No. Why are you looking at that? Do you think you should bring the kids to the open house?
No.
All right.
No, in theory, your house has been cleaned and everything's in an orderly fashion for 50 people to come through your house. And no, it's a tough environment for parents that have little children running around. It's not good for the other buyers that are there. It's not good for the brokers that are there. Yeah, that's not a
So don't make yourself at home.
Right.
Don't be jumping up and down on the
furniture. Sure.
Right.
And if there's a
Don't-
place to put your shoes when you walk in,
That's a
then
good
you
one.
need to
Put your
take your
shoes
shoes
on.
off.
That's the
Good
latest
idea.
trend. You come
Take
to an
your
open
shoes
house,
off,
you
right.
see all the shoes out front.
Right.
Or what a very good listing broker does, they get those like little
Booties.
booties, and they give booties.
Like the
to-
grippy socks they give
Yeah.
you at the hospital?
No,
Yeah.
like
well,
the,
for shoes though, you put
Like
those
painters
little.
wear.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
yeah,
painters
or
and
like
moving
doctors
people.
wear,
Yeah.
like the white the
People
things
at
that
a
put-
crime scene.
Crime
Yeah,
scene.
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Right, if you're going to commit a crime and didn't want to leave
Oh,
any
so if I drive by,
footprints or
if I drive
DNA.
by an open house and
Right.
the shoes outside,
Right.
That means your shoes are going to be removed.
or I can just go up and get
Take
some shoes.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that would be like a neighbor
shopping.
behaving badly.
Right. Or you could take everybody's shoes.
That's what I mean.
Everybody.
And everybody ends up
Right.
barefoot.
Don't you go to religious functions just for that very reason?
I do.
Okay, all right.
I'm a
just-
Hindu. Well, half,
Some days.
Half the time. When I'm need the shoe shop, I go to the Hindu mosques, grab a couple
We're
of
getting
beers.
out all
While
our
they're-
favorite
while
bits
they're
out,
in.
right?
A lot of sandals, though. A lot of sandals that I can't use.
Not year round. No.
Not year round. All right, so don't make yourself at home.
Don't make yourself at home.
Don't bring an entourage.
Right. Wear pants.
That's on there. Actually, that is on there.
Come on.
No, it says dress nicely.
Oh, there you go.
Because you're being critiqued.
Oh, right.
Well, when
You
you
know?
say don't bring an entourage, there's one exception to that rule is that sometimes a millennial will go in and find a house with their fiance, find a house that they want, and they go under, they put an offer in, and the offer gets accepted, and before you know it, everything falls apart because
Somebody's dad shows
yeah,
up.
I've had
yeah,
more
so-
deals killed lately
Right.
because
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the father.
Sure.
Well, when I bought in 1965 for my 1 acre lot in Reading for $25,000, and now they're expecting something similar.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
It's not the same.
It's not happening.
But I've heard it time and time again.
Yeah, we've lost a couple lately.
We've
'cause-
lost a lot of deals because the parents get involved.
Now
So
that's-
if they're going to be, if that's going to happen, you better bring them on the onset, and then
Now the exception would be you and your mother, because you really value her opinion.
yes, I do.
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Hi,
yes,
Mom.
Exactly. So.
Oh, she
Yeah.
knows everything.
Yeah,
Oh, she knows
mothers
everything.
know everything.
Most
Your
mothers
mother in
do.
particular.
Yeah.
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 Oh, you-
She's the
you know.
smartest person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
She knows things that nobody else knows.
I know.
She knows the future.
Are you trying to make her laugh?
Yeah. I have a unique ability. I don't know if I've ever mentioned
You have a
this.
lot of unique
I do.
abilities.
I can see into the future,
Okay. Give us an example.
but only by a minute. Everything's pretty much the same.
By the time you explain it, it's
It's
already
already
happened.
happened.
Right. That's
Do you
a
ever
nice
like?
ability.
That's
Do you
a
ever
good
like to have a
ability.
do-over?
Oh, yeah. I wish I had one
Oh
of those
God!
clocks. Yeah.
I would like a do-over
Are you
every
kidding
day
me?
of the week.
Is this anything to do with Carter Law Office?
No.
All right.
Oh.
Thank you.
No, you're
Right.
a good. You're a good
Sure,
boss.
I'd go all the way back and come back as Giselle Bundchen.
So you could be with Tom Brady.
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't you?
You wouldn't want to come
Right.
back as Tom Brady.
No,
Is
I
that what
don't.
you're saying?
Are you
have to
kidding
go
me?
to work and do
No.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
What is le-
To just to have your job, have people take pictures of you,
Right.
Because you're pretty, because you won the sperm lottery.
I know.
You just stand there and people go, "You're the most beautiful person in the world." Are you
I
kidding
know.
me?
I
Tom
know.
Brady gets hit by giant men every Sunday.
That's no fun.
She only gets hit by him.
You're right. Just because they won the lottery,
Right.
they can talk
Sure,
politics,
of
right?
course.
I know. So,
All right, what else we got?
That's it. Thank
All right.
you.
How about sellers?
You've been a great crowd. That's all I got
Thank you
time
so
for.
much.
We'll be here every week.
How about
think we will
How about
be.
Lenny's do-over when he was following someone and someone cut him off? Says if I had a do-over, I'd drive back and get. And someone said, "That's your
That's what you'd
do-over
waste
in
your
life.
time, right.
That's your best do-over." All right. So don't bring food. Don't bring the kids. Don't act creepy.
What?
Opening
What
closets.
page are you on?
I'm on the ones that I sent out to all you people during our production meeting. Don't act creepy. Opening closets should be asked of. How's that?
Oh, there you go.
Well,
Is that
this
a
is
good
the
one?
thing. This is the thing. A buyer does have that. They can open the closets because if they're a potential buyer, they want to see what they're getting for closet space.
They're just saying as a courtesy, ask the agent if they can open them.
Well, I
That's
know,
all.
but
Yeah.
okay.
Might not be the best time to come out of the closet.
During
know,
the open house,
during
when you're
the
about
open
to help,
house.
when you're about to buy
By
it
the way,
with your husband.
You have a lovely home here. I'm leaving my wife. I'm gay. Oh, well, thanks for bringing it up.
Is this a no-no? Taking a shower at the
I
house?
would,
Oh, my God.
I would think
Is
so.
that on the list?
Diving
on the
in the
list.
pool.
Diving
If they
into
have a pool. Oh, hey, they have a pool. I brought my suit.
How about this? Try to stay out of the cellar's drawers.
Why not the
Define-
attic? The attic or the cellar?
Define drawers.
Both.
See?
Both. Okay.
See?
All right.
You guys take the advanced jokes. I threw that softball and you handled it well there. All right. Remove your shoes before coming in. Don't take pictures without permission.
Oh,
that's a
really?
good one.
Right.
Here's a
That goes for anywhere.
here's a good one for the
Especially
cellar.
dressing rooms at Macy's. Don't ask me how I know.
You've been there.
Don't
huh?
ask me.
That goes back to the original heading. Don't act creepy.
Don't act creepy.
All right, here's one for the cellar. The
You
cellar
have a
should-
lovely home here. I can see myself.
Can I take some pictures?
Do you mind if I sleep over? I brought my own pajamas.
Or I found some in your
Jumped
drawers.
you jumped right into that role nicely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a character that I used to do called Creepy Eddie.
Oh,
And,
we have never seen Creepy
oh, yeah.
Eddie.
Well, you just got a glimpse. You don't want Creepy Eddie to come out.
All right, how about this from a creepy cellar? So I've heard of creepy cellars with the baby monitors, listening to the buyer's conversations
Oh, in the other room.
in the other room.
That's a good one.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
Well, and then the buyer loses all strategy. You know,
Yes,
so if they say,
I love this house,
Right.
whatever they want, I'm bidding.
Right, so now-
The only curveball with that is it's probably Federal Trade Commission. It's probably illegal to do that, but we're just telling sellers they probably shouldn't be doing that. But I have heard of that.
Yeah, you can videotape.
Plus, if
people,
you're a
but
seller,
you
you
can't videotape. You can't audio tape.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, exactly.
Well, now you just gave something for the sellers to do.
I know. Well, that's
Wow,
what this
that's
show's all
great.
about.
Turn on all the baby monitors in your house
Sure.
during open house.
Right. Exactly.
First, get a baby.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's good advice.
That's part
I'll
of the
be
props, right?
Listen, we love the house. I'll be back in 9 months. Don't ask me why.
All right. Don't take pictures without permission. We said that. Don't linger. Again, the creepy part.
Sure.
Don't have excessive visits.
Yeah.
Don't get to the open house at the last minute. That drives them nuts.
Oh, not like a yard sale.
Right,
That would be-
exactly. Exactly. We get all the best deals.
Or
right.
a wake.
Right.
Or I
Or
like to go
away.
later.
Because
in the
most
week.
people during open houses have to take their kids, take their pets, and they're literally driving around the
Around the
block,
block, right.
waiting for the
Right.
cars to
Right.
get out of their driveway
Be
so they could
courteous.
go.
Just be courteous.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
I think this is the time to, there's an old poker adage
Go ahead.
that goes, if you can't spot the sucker at the table, it's
You're
you.
the sucker.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
That's good.
So if you're in a house going, hey, there's no creepy people here,
It's you.
you're probably the creepy person.
All right, here's a tip for sellers and buyers. Sellers should not state why they are selling the property.
Right. And the agent's not supposed to state
Agent
it
shouldn't
either.
say that. 'cause
I'm tired of all this mold.
these neighbors are driving
And
me
the
nuts.
and the water in the basement every time it
Right.
rains.
You might think that's a shag
Well,
carpet.
like,
Right. Those mountain lions out back are driving me crazy.
but the thing is, that if they're getting divorced, it's not something that the buyer should know about because that might make them think that the sellers are desperate.
which is
and
usually
Right.
true.
Right.
Yep.
So-
they're in a court order probably.
they're- yeah.
Look at, man, this is just like playing Hold'em. This is
That's
just
right.
Yeah.
like keep your cards close to your vest.
That's right.
Don't tip your hand.
Yeah, like
Right.
what if the seller
Poker
has another
face.
house that they bought,
Ooh,
and they
that's
have to
really
get out by a
bad.
certain
Ooh.
time?
Well, when
Ooh,
when
you know,
when the buyer
because-
smells desperate, that's
Right.
when they.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but you're right. That's when it's.
That's why you need a good attorney
Really?
who can look at your paperwork
like,
first.
oh, we're going to retire to the Cape, but we got to sell
Sell
this
this
house
house
so we
by-
can buy the
right.
house down
Right.
there.
and we're closing that in 3 weeks, and if we don't get this closed in the meantime,
Right, it screws
we
up
are
financially.
screwed.
Right.
Right.
Then we're gonna have to take out a bridge loan on this. Boy, I'll
Right.
sell this for
Why
anything.
are they going
less
to buy a
people-
bridge?
because of the water in the basement. you don't
so
want to be
confusing.
traipsing through that every day.
Buy all this
Well,
stuff.
what do you think?
just
There's
to-
a lot of
Sure,
work to this.
sure.
That's why we're here for,
Yeah.
Artie.
Sure, a pair of LL Bean galoshes would work just as well.
That's
but a
true.
bridge
I wonder
is
if they come with the
more
house.
aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you think your mother's happy today? I think
I think
she's
she's
is
probably
ecstatic.
laughing, or she's probably actually wondering if I
She
need
has
my
shut
head
us off a while.
my head
ago.
examined, right? She's like, "What happened to my nice daughter?"
Oh, here's another one. The buyer shouldn't say they are so frustrated with the home search. We've lost out on about 7 or 8 deals.
There might be a reason for that.
Right, exactly. Probably so. You don't want to. You want, as you say,
Yeah. Poker face.
poker face.
Watch
Yeah.
this.
Poker face.
Watch this.
I don't even know what you're thinking. You have no tells at all.
He's got an 8-4 offsuit.
Wrong. Wrong. Ace Jack suited.
Couldn't even tell that. Couldn't even
Now,
tell
what if, like, say you are a buyer and you go into a house, an open house, and like some neighbor shows up. Oh, I just want to see what's going on.
Yes.
You're thinking,
That happens
who's
all the
this
time.
idiot
Yeah.
neighbor?
Yeah, so
You know
it's
what I
two
mean?
schools of thought.
So right
Some-
away you think this neighbor's
I
an
know.
idiot.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't want to move in here because
Next to an
they're
idiot.
very nosy.
Right.
Right.
you know?
right.
And
You're
they're,
right.
They're already butting in.
No,
I
that's
haven't
a
even
good
bought
point.
the place yet.
Yeah, because the sellers should be tipping the neighbors off. There's an open house. Can you guys cooperate? Get
Right.
all the junk cars out of the way. We should add that to our list.
What are the chances of the neighbors getting their junk cars out of the
I
way
know, but they
for
should-
someone
but they
selling their
should say
house?
cooperate a little
Anybody
bit.
who's collecting junk cars in their driveway or their yard doesn't care what your
The
neighbors
guy that lives
think.
behind me has a toilet on his front lawn because he put it out with the trash.
Right
they wouldn't
beside
pick
the
it up.
abandoned car?
And so he picks it up and just puts it on his front lawn.
Did he put flowers
It's been
in
there
it?
all winter, all spring. It's still there. It drives my wife crazy. You look out
Yeah.
the window and you see his
That's
toilet.
It would make a nice planter.
Yeah.
You know, I have a bust of Elvis that I'm trying to turn into a planter.
Really?
And the last thing my wife said to me before I came here was, we're not having Elvis on the front stairs
Yeah.
with flowers coming out of his head.
Yeah.
And I go, why? Well, I mean,
Right.
give me a
Boy, is she
logical reason.
demanding,
Right.
huh?
She says, you can put him in the backyard. I go,
Oh,
okay,
all right.
compromise. That's all I'm looking
that's
for.
good.
Yeah. That's
that's
a good
nice, yeah.
compromise.
Do you guys have any
I
problems?
had him out in the back porch, but he was scaring my neighbor. Like she'd look out her kitchen window and he'd go, oh, there's a guy. You know, thank you very much.
Do you have problems with your neighbors?
No, I love my neighbors.
You got to let
Yeah.
your wife
Yeah.
win something. Because
Yeah, I mean, she's
between you and Gus, I
Yeah.
said I would have packed up and moved out. Ooh, bless you.
Bless
me.
you.
Did you just get germs on me?
Stop it. It's the
No,
first
he got
thing-
him mostly
first-
on his wrist.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
see a big chunk.
That was
There's a big
tricky. I had
chunk on his
I
wrist
had
right
So neighbors, we've talked about
Yeah.
neighbors before.
Did you ever get this from your wife, Artie? We're going out. Could you not be you for an hour
Oh,
and a
all the
half?
time. All the time. If we pull up to somebody's house, she goes, now don't say anything.
Now, me and Kathy are very happy you only asked that question to Artie.
right.
You know?
No, you two are civilized human beings.
Right. You know how to act.
You
I
know how
don't-
to
You've
act.
seen
That's
us.
the only
You've
reason
seen
why
You know
us.
how to act
If
in
we
public.
got married, so we'd have someone to show
Show
us
us.
how to act and to tell us
See, you're
when to
smart.
speak and not to speak.
Right.
How about the husband who told the wife that we were having an open house like 4 weeks in a row, so she'd clean the house and be out for a few hours,
Right.
and she wasn't having any open houses.
No, how,
The house wasn't on the market.
wasn't even on the market.
Very smart husband.
that's a good one.
How about the brokers?
And you know the
Yeah.
buyers, the potential buyers would like a nice chicken dinner. Nothing says welcome like roasting potatoes and a nice brisket.
How about the two brokers, since we're talking about people acting badly? I know
The
we're
two twins?
Stop it. We'll bring that up at the end. The two brokers. The one broker who listed the house for elevated amount, so the house wouldn't get sold,
Right.
so he could have play dates with his other broker friend.
Oh.
I saw that on The Sopranos, I think.
That's probably where they learned it from.
Wait,
right?
so you inflate the price.
So the
So
house
it's
would
not
never
gonna
sell.
sell.
It's
No
never
one
gonna
ever buys
sell.
it. But they
Yeah.
have a place to go, like the rendezvous.
Yes, exactly.
So it's somebody else's house,
Yes.
Yeah.
and you're having relations
Yeah.
in somebody else's
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
what we're here for, Tony.
That's what we're here for.
Was Frank Sinarelli in The Sopranos?
He was.
I thought he was.
Yeah, I
Did
think
Did you
so.
know that?
Frank
All? Little
Sinarelli.
trivia.
I didn't know he was.
Little trivia.
He was,
Little
yes.
trivia.
Yeah.
He's on-
I know he was.
Yes.
He plays southbound on Route 1 every once in a while.
Every
doesn't
now
he,
and
at
again.
Giggles?
Yeah.
He does.
All right, so the brokers did that. Let's see, what else can we talk about?
Well, we can talk about, like I like that sellers, buyers, brokers behaving badly,
Yep,
attorneys behaving badly.
Yep.
But like the sellers behaving badly, the most obvious one is a husband and wife own the property. The husband shows up with his girlfriend and
yes.
signs the property over.
Yes.
And then-
Passing off the girlfriend as the wife.
Yes.
And the wife has no idea that the
Yeah.
The house has
transaction.
been sold, and the
Does she have an idea that he has a girlfriend?
She may or may not.
but definitely didn't have an idea of the house being sold.
sold.
Right.
without-
So now she has nowhere to
Now, what
live.
if somebody forged somebody's signature?
Exactly.
But isn't
That's another-
that where the homestead thing comes in?
well,
it's where the notary clauses come in. We're supposed to get everyone's
permission.
IDs.
Yeah, we
you
have
know,
And if you had a on-the-ball attorney, say like from Carter Law, they would do
Yeah,
due
it's a-
diligence
Yeah.
and look into this.
yeah.
Right,
You
to
would
make
al-
sure there's
you would
no
always use
surprises.
Carter law yourself, too.
I
It's
would.
not,
I
it's
certainly
not just
would.
Tony V just
No.
espousing
Right.
our...
Well, Rick had no. Was it you or some local real estate attorney, and the broker came in and said to the attorney, "I
Oh,
don't think
yes.
that's his wife."
Yeah, because the family picture was on the mantle.
Oh.
Ah,
And they were doing the closing at the Boston law firm, 9th floor, and so the broker was very good. She tipped the closing attorney off and said,
I don't think.
I don't think that's the girl in the mantle that's sitting right across
Right.
from you. So he says, I'll take care of this. So they actually did the whole closing, and at the very end says, all right, can I get your licenses? And I guess the girl just freaked out. Said, you said this wasn't going to happen, and she ran to the elevator, and the elevators were shut off. And
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, is that illegal what they just did?
Yes,
Yes.
fraud.
Because it didn't go through, though.
Attempted,
Yeah,
attempted fraud.
Because they had signed everything. Yes, exactly. So,
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
And was she incarcerated?
I don't know if she
We
was.
don't-
I think it's just
he
fine.
he probably was.
The
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
For
And then he had to
trying
go home and
defraud.
face the wife.
Right. Who
that-
didn't know this was going
He's
know
on.
probably
this was going
dead.
on.
He's probably not even
Right,
incarcerated.
right,
He's dead.
Right. So
He's
being
probably
incarcerated
at
is
least missing an appendage.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here's another one. Do we have time for a couple more?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's your show.
Oh, it is? No, it's
My
all our
show.
shows. Oh, it's the
Oh, sorry.
it's the boss ladies
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
okay.
Here's a good one. A broker was telling me this the other day he heard this from another broker. He brought a buyer in, and there was 6 manila folders across the table. Says, we're accepting offers. Do you want to put an offer in too? Gave the impression there was 6 offers.
Nothing in those envelopes.
One offer.
One offer.
Low ball offer.
Wow.
I know.
Really?
Can you ask to look in the envelopes?
Nope.
No,
No.
because you can't look at anyone
You don't want to
else's
see what
offer.
They wouldn't say what the other offers are.
But isn't that fraud?
Well,
It's-
no, it's not fraud because he didn't say.
It's kind of trickery.
It's
like,
unethical.
unethical trickery.
yeah.
But you're making people believe that there's something.
Right. So it's just unethical. It's not.
Look at Tony. Poor Tony. I think we burst
Yeah,
his
I don't
buzzer.
think that would be
He's-
against the law,
Look at
technically.
Tony's.
I know.
I know.
After all the years of working together, you finally got me. That's the most low-down, despicable thing I have ever heard in my entire
I agree
life.
with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
If I found out that would happen, I'd punch people right in the throat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right
I've
in the
never-
throat.
I've never seen
right
the
in the
side
throat.
of.
No, I'm sorry.
I've never seen this
I'm
side
done.
of Creepy Eddie before.
He's done.
I've had it. Throw it in the towel.
Creepy Eddie's upset.
I can't go through someone's medicine chest and a guy can put out 6 envelopes. How is that equitable? How does that work?
I know it's mean.
It is mean.
There's so many people that are mean out there.
I feel
You
bad.
put a suit on, you get away with anything. Jeez.
Yeah. That was the one.
That's what put him over
was
the
the one
edge.
that put him
End the
over the
show.
top.
End the show. I've had it.
We are.
I'm
We're gonna have to end it on.
Well, let's
disgusted.
just do one more.
I'm disgusted.
No.
Do you hear me?
But we
It's
got Tony V. He can't even. He
Just
can't even
one
make
more.
your mother laugh
Just
anymore.
one more.
All right,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
We had a buyer, and I think we've probably told this, but this buyer came in, and she had to write us a check, and she needed to bring a bank check. And it wasn't for a ton of money. It was probably like $3,000, but that's what she owed to buy the house.
Might not be a ton of money to you.
But you know what I mean. So we deposited it, and we went about our business.
Yeah.
And a week later, we got a letter in the mail from our bank
Yeah.
saying that there's something wrong with the check, and it said possible fraud. And I'm like, this isn't possible fraud. Like, there must be something wrong, whatever.
Right.
We call the buyer up because now we know where she is. She's in the house that she bought through our office.
Not the brightest
She already
criminal.
got the house.
Yep.
Right.
We know where she lives.
You have her address.
Yep.
She it was a fraudulent check.
How do you get a fraudulent
She
bank
made it right
check?
off her.
She made it.
Her and her cousin. She told me everything about it.
Really?
Oh,
She was
yeah.
the most giving criminal I've
yeah.
ever seen. She
So
said,
what
"Oh,
happens then?
Well,
Oh,
we
I-
had to make her go down
Oh,
to
I
our office.
told her. I said we're getting the FBI involved. I
Yeah,
got
that's-
the
that
local
seems
police
right.
involved, and
Nothing for nothing, but did she not understand that we were going to have that mortgage pulled on our house, so foreclosed on our house so
I mean,
fast her
how
head
do you
would
think
spin?
you're going to get away with that?
No
know.
kidding, because
I
she
know.
wasn't that smart. Anyway,
Smart enough to make a bank check.
I know. But it turns out she had other. She's
had
been
other issues?
defrauding the elderly
oh, she
for
lived down
years and years and
she
years.
lived down the South Shore. We started googling. She was wanted in my town of Reading.
Really?
They knew her up there. She was defrauding
Now,
the
is
elderly.
She, is
Yeah.
she wearing orange now?
No, but then you know what?
surprisingly.
Then she kept badgering our office for copies of her documents that she signed. We're like,
Are you kidding me?
All right,
She just
yeah.
gave us a $6,000 bad
Bad
check,
check,
and she's
right.
wondering why we haven't given her copies yet. And we do a lot at Carter Law Office, but
Yeah.
at
we're
some
not giving
point-
a we're not
So
giving a
here-
criminal
So
copies.
we're just telling our hundreds of people in the studio audience, if you give us a bad cashier check,
gonna
you're
find
not getting your copies.
gonna-
and you're
okay?
not going to get away with
All
it
right,
either.
We're not getting away. Nothing gets by us,
We're going to
right?
hunt you down and prosecute to the
And
fullest
punch
extent
you
of
in
the
the
law.
in the throat.
And if not, at least flick you in the back of the head. You'll know we're upset.
Thank you for joining us under those harsh threats.
This might be my last show. I
No,
can take
please,
it.
Was it the
No.
folders?
The folders did
Thanks
me
for
in.
joining
Really
us here on Real
threw 'em.
Estate House Party. We got Creepy Eddie over here to my left. We got Paralegal Extraordinaire to my right. And we got Mr. Real Estate himself, Artie Januario.
I love
The
real
drug
estate.
dealer. The
drug
unreal
dealer.
Estate, unreal estate. It's unreal. The real estate's unreal.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. And we hope we get Creepy Eddie back. Thank you.
The The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.